collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Children of Primus.
We return.
We have returned. Teletran 2.
Okay. I have to make sure I say more things because we don't have Impactor being a respectfully in a good way a big chatterbox the whole time. I have to work less when he's there. You know what I mean?
You guys are battling for the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, okay, you're gonna have two Megatrons duel each other. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
go.
Go.
Yeah. Just gonna sip. I left my water over there. Ah,
Oh gosh.
Okay.
drink and watch them do their thing.
So
Almost
Cybertron
done.
after hours, it's and anything goes.
They keep delaying Pink Hot Rod. I've had one on pre-order. Everybody in America's got one. It was supposed to come out at start of April.
I've seen them
and it
in
was supposed to come out-
Targets, but that's
Yeah. Then it was supposed to come out on the 24th. Now it's been bumped till May 1st.
okay. What am I doing?
I don't want to be like anybody in America got one because I know the second somebody picks one up and sends it to me, that pre-order is going to hit before I can cancel it, and they're going to send it my way. Then I'm going to have two of them, which I don't actually need.
And are they giving any reasonings why there's
oh,
all these delays?
Almost done.
I don't know. It's in the same wave as the damaged baguette having Optimus, and I saw that in person. That's hit stores.
Okay.
They're just spiting me specifically because they know that's the thing I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I like how people is starting to realize you can have Optimus Prime use it as a blunt.
Yeah.
I think I
I mean-
shared pictures on the chat.
Yes.
I mean,
oh, God.
I don't think I can commit to that because $80 leader class figures are kind of expensive. But there's so many funny things going on with that guy that I'm like a little bit like, if he sticks around long enough to hit a sale, I could probably get one.
Well, for
probably
me,
will
like, I
hit a
didn't
sale.
mind getting the leader
Yeah.
class figure because I'm not really all that into the trailer for Prime. I know that's heresy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I don't give a crap. It's a big gray box, damn it. And then half the time it's going to be, unless you have them in vehicle mode, which you're probably not because you're going to have them in bot mode, you're not going to have it on display. Or if it's just going to be pushed back in the back and you're going to use it as part of your shelving, to be like, after a while, you're just like,
Hey,
yeah, just
it
stand
makes a
in
good
front of
riser for the
them.
figures in the back, honestly.
Yeah. You don't even use it as a part of the toy. You use it as display option. Literally shelving. As you said, a riser. Yeah. So I guess the jet is number Teletran 1, and the Overlord tank is Teletran 2. Since I started this on during Teletran 1, but didn't finish until just now.
Yeah. I guess those guys are pretty
Cuckoo
fast,
tank.
aren't they? Considering you've been snapping them together really quickly.
PP jet.
Toy Warp hanging out in the comments says, "Welcome to Children of Primus. Like what these guys are doing, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you for saying that, Toy Warp. Also, check out Toy Warp Vintage Reviews on YouTube and Cruisers Motorsports. Check out his channel because he not only does vintage toys, but he also has rare Transformers figures, memorabilia, things within the collective that you don't usually come across. And
Check out the review of the Tycho racing set. It was really fun.
yes, James Coleman. The 1986 Unicron prototype looked like it devoured a planet with South Park's Eric Cartman, and Unicron became Karmacron. Here's guys.
Talking about the full-sized version of this thing that never came out, but they made this action figure of.
Yep.
Yeah, the reaction or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I've said before, I gave this a good review at the time. I love this thing because of how dopey it is, and it's like if they ever made the full Unicron, it was going to be like very large. So a little tiny action figure of this dopey design is pretty much the perfect format to have, you know.
Toy Warp is saying to set him, no trailer, you're a big gray box.
I mean, fictionally, the trailer mostly exists to vanish behind Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, I got Roadbuster next.
Oh,
So,
Roadbuster.
see.
You know, the
Yep.
always a forgotten character.
I was worried about getting the and I like Energon. Well, I should say Super Link because I don't like the English dub. Because one of his secret rares is in Super Link Roadbuster colors. So somewhere I think the middle. There's my finger.
Yeah, I know at least one person that actually got the rare
Yes.
chase figure version and was just like, "Aw,
There.
man, I wanted the green one," even though it was rare.
Well, like the fun of that character is being able to do the pants shirt thing, and then being able to tweak like the weapons and some of the armor with the bits from the whatever. I can't remember what they called the Autobots little guy little generics. They're little generics. I know the Decepticons had Terracons. So.
Well, actually,
And it's not as.
I'll throw the question out the Toy Warp. Out of the
Getting
whole
one of the
franchise,
springers.
which character would you say, and I guess more so from the G1 days, are really a questionable mold that was just like, you know, in other words, like just it kind of sucked. It's you know, like which character falls
Jump
under that?
starters.
Oh, you're talking about going all the way back to G1. I do want to call out something possibly sacrilegious. There's two things about G1 Optimus that are always going to bother me. First of all, the fact that his fists are missable. I have actually lost one. I think it's behind my bookshelf here. I just have to move a lot of stuff to get it. But you know, and second of all, people forget because modern version. Oh, look, his fist went away. What I was going to show you was people forget this because modern versions of the figure have fixed this, but he couldn't hold his gun straight. The peg used to be short enough that he had to hold it sideways like this, basically.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's kind of a big
Boom, boom,
flaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's sort of vanished to history because modern reissues of him just made the gun's handle a little bit longer so he can hold it normally. But those were always kind of, you know, problems with the original figure.
Toy Warp's calling out one. He says, and I know they did my boy wrong. The 944 was such a cool car, and they distorted it to make it a mini bot.
Yeah, he's talking about the cliff jumper tooling, which I have the hubcap version right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what it looks like. It got turned into a cheapified little penny racer thing.
Yep.
Which, because they were literally supposed to be based on Core OQ vehicles, so they were like toys of toys, basically.
Yeah, maybe if they would have done kind of like what they did with Bumblebee, and they had the Pretender one, which had better proportions. I mean, in terms of matching a real life car. If they would have done that for Cliff Jumper as well, it might have, worked out better. But and that way you could have one, both the super cutesy version and then the more realistic car version. But obviously that didn't happen, so.
Yeah. So I didn't realize the prompt was to just talk about G1 toolings, but that works too, because I'm like, I reviewed Retro Starscream on my blog, and I was like, this is one of those ones that I don't think really holds up, because firstly, he barely transforms. 80% of him is take all of his stuff off and rearrange it, and none of it stores anywhere, so again, a lot of lost accessories. And also he just kind of, look at how low his wings are. It's a rare miss. Some of these guys hold up. Soundwave holds up. Blaster holds up. Hot Rod holds up. But these guys, not so much. I think the common trend is the Diaclone guys are actually not as great as people remember. It's the Microman ones and the Hasbro originals that held up a bit more.
Well, I was thinking like in all of the franchise. So I know starting off back in the G1 days, I know Quick Switch was always just one I was always irritated with. The jump thrillers I don't mind, although I mean back then, as you couldn't
That was
really
the
compare
coolest
them
thing I've ever seen.
yeah, like they weren't comparable to anything else because they were,
It transformed on its own.
and I actually like the throttle bots
that's all
as
something.
super simplistic as they are. I just always found them cool.
That's why everything I've been grabbing, I've reviewed on bot blogs. So if you ever want to know long form opinions, go there. That's why I like the Koroku Rodimus Prime that I picked up a few years ago at TFCon, because it does the throttle bot gimmick again. I can just going to transform them really quickly just to demonstrate
Fear and
that.
Courage might be able to second me on this. Like, I think one reason I probably some of the more simplistic or gimmick based G1 toys I don't like as much because by the time they started kind of being able to do it in G2 and with Machine Wars, and then Beast Wars have like the one step changers and do them actually well, better than a lot of the ones they do nowadays actually.
Yeah.
Because they still had the full pose of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of articulation, maybe 6 if they had hips. Yeah, there was some that had hips in Beast Wars.
Let me see if I can demonstrate this with my hand really quickly. Did you see the spin or hear the spin?
I could hear it.
Yeah, so this does the throttle bot thing. You pull it back and it goes. So they just basically remade those.
Nice.
I will say, I was thinking, I like, what were the Autobot and the Decepticon teams that did the Spark action stuff?
The Sparkabots and the Firecons.
Yeah, I always liked them because I remember they reminded me of the Marvel's Toy Biz Generation X Chamber, which his whole thing was like, from here to here, he's just a big blast, and you can make him light up by going.
Fun thing about those, you cannot make those anymore. They are super illegal now because they are very unsafe because they could light things on fire.
Literally.
Yeah.
So we have new feet on Scavenger.
Interesting.
Bigger
they
feet.
look so long.
And so here is the old arm.
There we go.
Okay. Here is the new arm. They're exactly the same except these extend an eighth of an inch.
So much of these kits are just extenders.
That's all it is. We just got a little more arm length. So he didn't skip arm day or leg day. We have big stumpy feet and, well, I mean, let me take this off here. I don't know if you all know. This is, I'm gonna leave one on and one off. So this is the difference in the feet.
That's a good comparison to make because when you're halfway through,
funny.
you can just show us.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're little tiny feet. Because it becomes the front of the tread.
There's the DNA design kit I want to grab the most, which, like you said, they sell it right away, so I'm probably out of luck. They did a combined kit for Transformers 1 Optimus and Megatron. It gives Megatron his correct weapon, gives them both new heads that are a bit more screen accurate, just a bunch of little enhancements. So, a good way to get the best versions of both of those characters. Oh, there's I know what that is. That's Toy Warp's Cliff Jumper in real life.
That is it.
It's his baby.
Yeah,
His
complete
carved
with the
baby.
cool red glow at the bottom. Which I presume he drives it around at sunset and blasts the Midnight and other synthwave bands because that's exactly what I would be doing in a vehicle like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could see, what Cliff jumpers should look like, and
Yeah.
what they turned them into.
And it's funny because they haven't
Look
quite
at the mask of my boy.
like, so the Earthrise one, it's the right size and shape proportionally, but because it's not licensed, it's not quite that car. It's not allowed to actually look like it. And now the Studio Series one is aiming for that Chibified thing, so it's once again kind of squat. So they would need to make like a masterpiece if they wanted to do the car properly, but they haven't yet. There was a prototype shown at one point, but it must have gotten kiboshed or something.
That masterpiece.
Yeah, they showed it years ago. We never heard anything else about it, but who knows?
What's his name? Proto Man Slad Procast. He brings that up like with his little coverage on those reveals of the Tree Legacy. I mean, not 86 Blitzwing Cliff Jumper. He's brought that up every time the 2 or 3 videos he's done on it so far. It's like, or we just have to wait for them to finally release this.
Yeah. I wonder how long it's been. I'm just gonna check the wiki, see if it'll tell me. Masterpiece. Yeah, there it is. Pictures of stolen test shots of a Masterpiece Cliff Jumper were circulated in July 2021. So 5 years ago was when people found test shots of it, and they never produced it.
Wow.
Oh, I'm actually looking at photos, and to be fair, it was also going to be squashed, so it wouldn't have been the type of thing that Toy Warp would want anyway. Let me just share the image real quick.
Okay.
Jesus.
Put it in its own tab. Hit share. Window. Ba-da-ba-da. There we go. I have to talk my way through it every time to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Yeah. So these were the prototypes. Bear in mind, this is 5 years ago, and it hasn't come out since then, so they're probably not going to produce it. But you can see its car mode would have been the kind of penny racer proportion one instead of the realistic one anyway.
Right.
I don't know what's up with the... Oh, obviously the full color one there is a bit mistransformed with that thing down over his chest.
Oh, motherfucker.
Wrong colored test shot. Yeah, the bazooka, weapon, all those things. Who knows? Maybe they just decided that maybe the licensing didn't work out. Look, I don't know cars, so don't massacre me too much, but like Cliff Jumper's a Porsche, right?
It's a Porsche.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you didn't give Tour Warp a stroke.
Yeah, okay, good. The ones that wouldn't let them make Jazz and only let them make Rise of the Beasts Mirage with a bunch of restrictions on it, which is why that figure turned out so weird. So, of course, that's why this one didn't get released, because Porsche was like, no, we don't want you to make that.
That's just something.
Just finish Roadbuster. That might be my favorite build of both sets so far. So,
Yeah, that's everything else is IDW, but I'm like, no, that's just G1 Roadbuster.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to go on to Evil Bay, as Magnus likes to call it, and get the Roadbuster secret, the one in the Energon colors, because I enjoy doing that build so much. Yeah, I could care less about getting the titanium one because it's just the same color, just metallic, but I wouldn't mind getting that Roadbuster Energon Superlink type colors just to do that build again, because I can't think of anyone who has a similar build to him. Do any of you guys think of one similar to both Roadbuster, G1 Roadbuster?
I mean, they might as well do the original pre-Transformer version of him from Dorvac. It had a different color scheme.
But that's like an old can of worms, getting that whatever permissions, I'm guessing. Or maybe not.
Maybe, because I was thinking of how they do so many Diaclone color schemes, but it's the same company. It was Roadbuster was licensed from, I think, Bandai. That's why he wasn't in the cartoon, because of that.
Yeah, because I mean, these are comparable, like, complexity to Overlord, his 2-bits, his Jet, but Jet and tanks are kind of weird. I mean, whereas the car, you really get a feel the density with this one.
Well, actually, what other figures over the years are just really just shouldn't have happened?
Okay, it's hard to say because you don't want to blame gold plastic syndrome on the designers because the whole problem with it was they didn't know that material was going to come apart until years later. But I always like to bring up my personal most tragic sufferer from that is Transmetal Megatron from Beast Wars. I just
I
posted
feel
the
your
image in there.
pain.
Yeah, because not only was this a very good Megatron figure, and also in terms of the show, all of the character's best moments were when he looked like this, right? But because his waist suffered from gold plastic syndrome, he would crack in half eventually. Like that happened to my copy. That happened to everybody's copy. Like he straight up got 2007 movie where he comes in half along the torso, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you get the Takara one, which coincidentally had different materials. But yeah, it's actually a really good figure. It's just they don't exist anymore. They're gonna come apart because of the materials.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'm doing breakdown now from the Stunticons now. There goes his little bit before I open up the bag.
Yeah.
That's his metal part. Oh. Okay, where's my scissors? Fuck's a card?
Oh, always with the maniacal voices.
We've got we've mini bug. That sounds nice in his voice.
Yeah, I have to ask Freodor if he has any pets, and he sometimes does little goofy voices with them. If he does.
We've got we've mini bug.
Say
Oh
something
yeah,
else.
that's fun to say that.
It's
I'll
like
do like
super somebody
I'll
should
do
make a
kind of
parody
like a voice like Theodore was just doing. That will scare. And Shinta knows, like, nope, I ain't doing it. Stop. Whatever I'm doing, that's stupid.
Supercalifragilistic from Mary Poppins, except it's about Weep Grana Weep Nini
Ah.
Bong.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah.
Good luck trying to fit the different number of syllables into that because Weep Grana, the whole thing is shorter.
Oh
You
wait,
have to be
this
one of those
Christmas?
Weird Al type style parodies where it's not the exact song, but it's in the style of.
Man, listen. If I can, I'm gonna do a Sell Christmas Carol song, or at least maybe 2 songs this year, because I was coming up with some ideas of ways to do it.
God. Don't get me on Christmas songs.
Hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting images up of one of my legendary toolings that I was disappointed with, which was a third-party one that I wanted so desperately to like. Which I'm just getting up on the screen now so I can show both. There you go. Fans Toys Hoodlum. Now let me explain this. When this came out, Studio Series Hot Rod did not exist yet. Studio Series itself did not exist yet. All they had was the first masterpiece, which apparently was a fragile mess that would break into pieces. The second masterpiece, Hot Rod, which was very weird looking. It had like a big bulbous torso and tiny limbs. And they had this guy on display on in TFCon, like in their third-party display cases. And I remember just like drooling over it because I was like, this looks amazing, right? The proportions were good. The sculpt was good. There's the vehicle mode. Came with the Target Master. Came with the came with an alternate Rodimus Prime face. It could do the visor. It could do all the stuff. And then I pre-ordered it. I purchased it, and just in hand, it was just the worst feeling figure possible. One of the most unfriendly transformations I ever had. I only changed it into vehicle mode once, and it took me about an hour to do.
Wow.
And I had like the trifecta of like a video tutorial, the physical instructions, and pictures, and I was just like, it was like solving physics, and the whole thing just had these like weird squeaky limbs that just like weren't great. I wanted so badly for this to be good, and it was not, and it will always haunt me. Less so these days though, because now they made a Studio Series one that actually is good. But at the time,
But can it kill a prime?
no, well, okay, it can convince a zombie prime to shoot itself into the sun, but that's about it.
That's good enough for me.
But then even that doesn't stick after a while, so.
Oh,
Warp would appreciate the Interion breakdown. He has his 2 seats, the stick shift.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to find toolings that are like disappointing because I don't buy things that I don't think.
Yep, he has the wheel and the. Let's see, open up. Nope, I ain't gonna open that up. But yeah, it has the wheel on this part.
So now, before we get into some other segments, we'll take a 6-minute break as we show one of Shaw Clan's videos.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Oops.
Movie time again.
There we
Story
go.
time.
Story time.
For silence.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Thoughts of Tyranny with today's featured host, the master of evil on planet Eternia, Lord Skeletor.
Master of Evil? I thought I was the Lord of Evil!
What about Horde Prime?
What about Horde Prime? He's not here! Fuck him! And fuck you too! Disrespectful piece of shit! I suppose now you think you deserve to hear my brilliant thoughts of tyranny! Oh, blast it very well! Stupid financial obligations! Why are villains' minions so incredibly stupid? I can't stand giving my minions the most simple of commands, and they always get it wrong! I mean, like, what the fuck? Who raised you? Some sort of idiot? Who raised another idiot? To raise you? To work for me? Shit! Why can't I get just one smart henchman? And I know I'm not the only villain that suffers from this unfortunate situation. Look at Megatron and his menagerie of metallic morons!
What about Megatron and my loyal Decepticons, you disgusting bone-faced flesh creature?
They are all just as stupid, if not more so stupid than my stupid minions.
Oh, really? Then explain Shockwave's existence. At your
Now
service,
that
my
you mention
liege.
it, I think your dear Shockwave is a wonderful place to start. He is a Cyclops whose alternate mode is a fucking gun.
That is rather
I
illogical.
mean, let's make it make sense. His depth perception is worth shit, and he transforms into a powerful weapon. That is conceptually the same as allowing an infant to operate a railgun.
That also equates.
Now sure, Shockwave himself may be intelligent, but conceptually, he's stupid. Next.
Soundwave, my communications officer, is quite mentally capable, as well as one of the most loyal Decepticons.
Is that the one with the charisma that's equal to a sliced piece of dry bread?
Ouch.
I can't recall him saying more than 5 words per episode that he's featured in.
Maybe 6
And he has not had one original idea the entire series. And his alternate mode is even more stupid than the last. His alternate mode is stuck in the 1980s. Just who are you disguising yourself for? Antique auctioneers?
I thought it was good.
Stupid. Next.
6 of the brightest minds in the entire universe are under my control in the form of the Constructicons.
Stop your stupid laughing this very instant.
Wait,
because
what?
they merged to form what? A giant green and purple beast that is dumber than a Dinobot.
Never, Caesar. Can't read.
You should have called him Dumastator. Next.
Oh yeah? Well, I have the most elite group of hunters in all of the known universe under my grip in the form of my Seekers.
Seekers?
God.
They can seek these nuts. Their leader, your second in command, is self-admittedly stupid.
No! Primus, damn it, he's right! Decepticons! What the fuck? I need a new
My bad, Lord Megatron. I failed stupid. I deserve to be punished. Beat me. Please. Please beat me.
Excellent suggestion, Shockwave. But I think I'll start with you!
My work here is finished.
This has been Thought of Tyranny with your host, Lord Skeletor. Today's show has been brought to you in part by Snake Mountain Dew. Get horizontal. The Evil Children's Protective Services of Eternia, the newly opened Decepticon Higher Learning Program, held exclusively at the recently commissioned Triptychon Community College, only in Chaos City. And disgusting, insignificant beef sacks of waste from the miserable planet Earth, like you.
If y'all still with me at this point in the video, y'all must really fucks with me. And don't get it wrong, I fucks with you too. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Shalita. Peace and blessings to all who know. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this I had to put a little bit of my heart into, but yo, I need y'all to keep fucking with me. Because if you've been fucking with me this much, you know I've been coming hard at this shit. And I'm about to come so hard that it's gonna make your forehead have to be wiped. You get what I'm saying? Yo, I'm about to all over the internet, nigga, because Chocolate Entertainment is gonna be on some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Ah! I love you. Thank you. And keep tuning.
Do you need a towel? Do we need a torch?
It's funny because I've seen like one episode of Masters of the Universe, but pop culture has made Skeletor such a well-defined character for me, just in general. And like, yeah, that's the guy, the mirror puncher himself. You got to be real smart to write jokes that dumb. And I mean that in a good way.
And it's funny where it's like, for everyone making all the memes with Skeletor, it's like the stuff that he calls out, it's true. Where it's like he calls out the dumbest things, and I'm like, but he's completely right and correct about that. And Toy Whip in the comments says, love it.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all of y'all.
There were a lot of smart things in there, but because I have the sense of humor of a child, seekers, they can seek these nuts, really got me. You wrote clever things, but that was the one. That was the one.
I'm sorry. When I was doing the episode, that was the only joke I could think of for that. And it just hit. Seekers, they can seek these nuts.
It's all the delivery, too.
There's just certain things with Skeletor that his character just can emphasize on certain words. Oh, man, listen. You can play with Skeletor. That's why I love that voice. But the next batch of Thoughts of Tyranny, I'm actually thinking, of course, staying in the 80s, but I'm trying to choose between one of three characters to take the realm. or take the helm until I bring Megatron back. His thoughts of tyranny. Of course, we all know Megatron's phrase, "Peace through tyranny." So, you know, it's based off of that. So this is generally Megatron's show. If you guys heard the announcer, that's the a simulation to the Transformers announcer. Long story short, I'm thinking of doing either Mumra, next 3 episodes, because I do characters in episodes of 3. Mumra, Cobra Commander, or it was Mumra, Cobra Commander. There was another '80s villain that I hadn't had. It's not in my
Shredder
head.
from TMT.
Thank you, Shredder.
That's it.
Shredder, the Shredder.
You know,
That was the third candidate
Dr.
because
Claus,
I know how to
is
do
another
Uncle
one.
Phil's voice pretty well.
Yeah, Impactor says, Shaw Clan, I just watched some of the videos you sent, and you are 200% getting a video test of senses of story before I finalize and remake it with better things.
Oh, Fear and Courage.
Okay, I love to hear that.
Oh, there's
Impactor.
pipes. There's step-onable pipes.
Yes.
Boy,
Yeah,
I tell
here's
you,
a
people on the
stepped on
internet were-
bit. I have to figure out
Oh yeah.
how that works.
Really, it's a separate piece, right?
Now,
Yep.
I thought it transformed.
Let's see.
I think it just flats out.
Yeah.
Impactor?
Listen, certain segments of the internet, that joke is like a decade plus old. People are so sick of pipes got flattened by Overlord's foot. That's a thing that happened. Anytime anybody mentions pipes, let's talk about, you know, make jokes about feeling flat, you know, being a pancake. Stupid puns. It got old. Like, this is an ancient thing now at this point.
at this point, this is bad comedy.
Yeah, no, straight up. And then now it's starting all over again because inexplicably, all these years later, Blokey's is making a IDW smushed pipes.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that after the show.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I'll have to look into doing the flatten setup afterwards. I'll probably have to look at the different combinations for Overlord Lord as well, because he comes with like a big, like, what's the size of like maybe 6 of those little cards is like what these directions are, and it's double-sided. So I'm like, oh god.
I gotta
really
give
funny.
you a good Overlord. I love that character.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Titans Return one they did in like 2016. A lot of people seem down on that, but I kind of liked him. I mean, he was pretty
I
simple.
like that mold.
Yeah.
Didn't they come out with a select version of him?
Yeah, they did it in Japan. It had a little more paint, you know. They retooled a bit.
Yeah,
because
because it was originally a Japanese character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The European G1.
So yeah, you can get the fancy one if you want. Me, I just got the domestic one because it was right there, and I was like, this is cool.
I don't know. In that whole Macmania joint they put out there,
to do
it
next.
sounded like Ironhide's Decepticon older brother.
Listen, I've said this before. Most of those shows were terrible, but I actually liked them doing him with the southern accent because
Why?
everybody knows him from Last Stand of the Wreckers because that was his big breakthrough role in like
I'll
Western
be back. I
stories.
got to do an Overlord tank.
And you listen to the type of character that he was in Last Stand of the Wreckers. You read it because he was this like real super powerful, but also kind of bored, dejected, violent, sadistic kind of character. So giving him like the slow Southern drawl was actually like it really fit how he was written in those comics. So most of those Machinima shows not good. That one voice choice, I'm like, okay, that was actually like a really brilliant bit of
Megatron was a good choice too.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to break because I just seen something, so I have to do this, and this will be an ongoing thing. Magnus, I want that Constructicon.
There's only 5 of them here. Which one are you talking about?
The one you had in your hand just now. That was nice.
This is I'm putting the DNA upgrade kits on the
Let me just.
That's not the masterpiece. What is this set?
You gotta be like, There's only 5 of them here. Which of these 4 do you want? You're not getting any of the 3 of them.
I'll send 2 of them in the mail. You should see one next week.
Yeah.
Magnus, if you are wise, you would never show when you get the Matrix.
Oh, we're gonna have a live unveiling.
Oh, you know I'm going to be there and I'm going to be on it. So everybody prepare for the most famous line Galvatron spoke in the Transformers the movie.
Magnus.
I want some Wheaties.
There's a Galvatron wants things from Ultra Magnus that's not quite enough to do a video out of, but that's the foundation of a video.
Oh, listen, I can take a foundation and build a whole house on it.
Yeah, true. I mean, you just made like a long thing that was just Skeletor ranting at Megatron, and that was all really funny. So.
Oh, listen. You should have heard what he said about heroes with swords, not swords, swords.
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 Oh, listen, man. I have 3 Thoughts of Tyranny out right now on Shockland Entertainment, of course. The first one is it was actually the first one I did was kind of a homage to Isaac Wells. So I did kind of a remember style with Skeletor. What did I say? Oh yeah. Remember, an anti-hero is just a hero that slightly gives less of a fuck than a normal hero does. Until we meet again, he shatters the glass. Now, the second one was more of the rant. He ranted on heroes with swords, and he ranted on heroes with the word man in their name. Yeah.
How often did Skeletor actually say "until we meet again"? Because if I believe pop culture, he said that every time he left a room.
As a person who grew up watching He-Man, I can't remember him saying it all too oftenly. He said it a few times, but not too oftenly.
Have to go back and
The
watch.
word drat comes to word when you think of Skeletor words. Drat.
Yes.
He used to say that, all of that, and curses He-Man. Drat and double drat. Double drat is also an original Skeletor word. Drat, double drat.
It's one of those things, even if you haven't seen Masters of the Universe, you know Skeletor's voice, and in your head, that's what a skeleton person automatically sounds like.
I mean,
That's his
it
biggest
seems like
contribution to pop culture.
for real, that is the go-to voice for Skeletor. If any of you guys ever played Double Dragon Neon on the PlayStation 3, there's a character there named Skullamania.
Hot damn!
Yeah.
I'd be damned if that doesn't sound like he's based off of Skeletor.
Yeah, in Undertale, there's a skeleton character named Papyrus, and he doesn't have spoken dialogue, it's written out, but you can tell from the writing that he's supposed to sound like Skeletor, because he does all the Skeletorisms in text form.
Oh, very much so. Skeletor with a higher British accent.
Yeah. But yeah, Skeletor's greatest contribution to the culture as a whole is if you pull a random person out off the street and show them a skeleton, be like, what do you think his voice sounds like? They're probably going to think the Skeletor voice.
Yeah.
Toy Warp is,
It would be weird for a skeleton to pull off his head and be like, yo, you think there's a problem, my guy?
Toy Warp is asking, any Invincible fans, anyone catch the Peter Cullen Transformers reference at the end of the last episode?
I don't know what it is. I know Invincible, because Invincible is also Robert Kirkman, who's, writing the Transformers comic now, and was like, I'm a big Transformers fan. So of course his TV show, he's like, I have Frank Welker and Peter Cullen doing voices on this, because why wouldn't he? I understand.
I mean, it's only prep for the upcoming Transformers cartoon that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to try to make one, because he's writing the comic now, and he has,
No,
had a
it's been
couple years worth
confirmed
of
that there's an
stories.
animated series that's coming out based off of this the current comic book run.
Yeah, they said they are making a pilot. That's where they are at in the process.
Oh man, we're gonna be eating so well if that pilot does come to fruition.
And you know what? I will have read all of that stuff in advance, so I'll be ahead of the curve because I've been following these comics since day one. I'm gonna know the whole story, unless they change it, which they might, because they did that for Walking Dead also. But like, I know how it's supposed to
they
go at
don't.
least.
So
I really hope they don't, because I would feel really, 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 really deprived, and like something was taken away from my life if I don't hear Starscream call Earth people squishies.
Well, normally the
feel like
changes
something
he
was taken
makes, they're not so much like Glenn's death still would happen, but like for the more like casual deaths, like where you have like a bunch of people dying at once, he might change it up. Like if group A of characters that dies in the first wave of deaths might get shifted to B or C group of deaths. I mean, it's stuff like that.
I can see the hospital scene being toned down a little bit, just a tad bit.
Shiba Kobe hiding in the comments. Got here later than I intended, but I am here. And also says I got Optimus Prime toy, one of those plastic sculptures made in India from my Transformers loving pastor.
Nice.
What?
Stars up, Solus. Stars up.
Now, 2 segments before we round out the evening, because almost
Damn, this flew by. You're
I
right.
know,
I just
time
looked
is
at the clock.
flying by.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this to Shiba and Toy Warp and
Time's going by on secret time.
And to James, and the Impactor, which I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of them, but we're going to have a segment where Shaw Clan is going to create the voices for. So what you need to do in the comments is create a scenario, and he's going to do the voice for it. So while you guys are coming up with that, Fear, do you have your most recent review character?
I can. I'm working on my next one, but so let me just remember what it was really quickly. In fact, I pulled it up earlier. It's funny because they just announced the new Cyclonus, because I decided to go into the archives and review Star Raider Farak last week. And I even said at the end of the interview, they're probably going to do a Studio Series Cyclonus soon. In fact, by the time this goes to press, maybe they'll announce it. And then they did shortly thereafter. So my 60-second review. Star Raider Farak is a retool of Cyclonus that will not yellow, and was a Walmart exclusive. You can probably get him for pretty cheap now because he's shelf-warmed like nuts because nobody wants a gray jet. And he's an obscure Marvel guy that was one of Straxus's minions. But you know what? He has all the good stuff that Cyclonus had, plus, extra guns, extra wings, an interesting bit of retooling. He's a minion that stands in the background, but he's a very well-designed one. He's got a crazy transformation. He's really posable. He's very expressive in both modes. Even if you have a non-yellowed Cyclonus, I still think this guy's worth a look, especially if you can get him for cheap, because he's got all the good points of Cyclonus, plus that extra juice of being one of those weird, obscure little Z-list characters that never gets any love in action figure form. Read more in my review to learn about who he is. Yeah.
There you go.
I forgot I had to do that, so I was just like, okay, let's go. Straight off the dome. I'm going to warn you, though, the next spot review is not of a Transformers item. It's of a Marvel Legends item, because I felt like it, so...
Okay. So...
but also, I have a massive archive. I can go back to talk about a different one to talk about.
There you go. So far we've got one Impactor has come up with a scenario. So as we introduce this segment, and then we will bring up the suggestion.
This is bad comedy. Here's a hint.
That is a good edit. I've never seen that before. That's a good edit.
Nice.
We just run it again.
This is bad comedy. Here's a hint. This is bad comedy. Here's a hint.
There we go. So,
Yeah, I'll just play that on loop the rest of the episode.
that's it.
Blouses.
All right,
Bushy
so,
shirts.
So Impactor has a suggestion for our bad comedy segment, saying Inferno from Beast Wars,
Oh, God.
scolding Marvel Comics Starscream about himself, Inferno being disloyal to all Megatrons.
So, I get to meet you face to face, you treacherous traitor! Who, me? No, I died protecting Lord Galvatron from Unicron. Cut your bullshit, Starscream. I know that you had the most significant royalty of them all. You were up with the great Lord Megatron, the most apprentice of loyalties. I wish I could have served him, but I'm with this bum of a royalty that turns into a stupid T-Rex. I can see your woes. Silence, you don't get the touch to speak, you stupid non-royalty. You could have been great, Air Commander. I'm a stupid ant. Yet I am more loyal to the Predacon cause than you are to your great Decepticon cause. But I said silence. I'll clear you.
Some little Ahmed the dead terrorist there, I say.
Yeah, I heard that at the end too.
I killed
I'm glad I caught that reference.
The funny thing is, one of my friend from Qatar, who's Kuwaiti and Qatari from her two parents. It's basically Muslim friends that are very obviously Muslim or who got me onto that character. So people
That's
who
my guy.
you would be told don't like that character because they would find it offensive. They're like, we find it hilarious. What are you talking about, you white person being offended on my behalf? Bullcrap.
Alrighty. So we got more, I think, don't we? I can't read the comment section too well.
And I think everyone is still thinking about what to come up with.
I'll just show this quick. So sideways, you can take the old one has a hole, a 5mm port in his head, unlike the new one, and you can give him tree heads.
Oh no.
I guess you could do sideways from Armada having tree personalities and they're all talking at once as a totem pole head. Or just, and then the robot masters, you can use the little arm and legs that come off that have 3mm ports as little guns on the robot master's figure.
Or you could
And
do
then-
a blitzwing thing and have their heads swerve around and the one that's in front is the one that's talking.
And then this is the original Minicon, which is bigger than the new one. So it actually looks more like an an adult-sized person riding. Whereas the current one looks like maybe a preteen, the new one. So I was like, I still like it, but it's having all three of the versions of Sideways I got, like, it rewards you having some, the older versions of the character as well, because you can cross-play the stuff. I'm sure it's not necessarily intentional, but it was just like, ooh, that's neat.
Yes, Shiba Kobe saying many faces Blitzwing arguing with G1 Blitzwing about who's better.
Well, ooh, that's a challenge. Ooh.
We keep you on your toes here.
There you go.
My guns are bigger, yeah? Your guns are bigger, but you're stupid. What do you mean we're stupid? Yeah, we will crush you, little man. So you're bigger than me. Big deal. I can control my transformations. Jet. Tank. Robot. You do it. Okay, I'm going to do it right now. Oh, shit. Robot. Okay. See, you couldn't even get that right. What's wrong with you? And you have the nerve to call yourself a Decepticon? A triple changer? You're more like a triple shit.
Oh, God. I think that's what I had just now. I must have drank something with some food color in it because it looked like this color.
We're getting real personal.
Yeah.
You know that part.
That was one of those. It was just like TMI, 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 TMI.
All right, so DK 70, 71, and 72 upgrade kits on the Studio Series Devastator.
Here we go.
Is not worth the money.
Whoa, really? What makes you say that?
Save your cash.
Magnus, I want your money back.
So you get this bumper upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
You get this foot widener, which also becomes the feet to bone crusher. And you get this piece to where you can mount the side cannon beside his head, just like the original G1 had.
Okay.
That's it. That's
No height enhancement?
not yet. That's DK 74. Then that one's still coming.
Okay.
This was for all the separate bots. Now you do get, if you got in early, you got the extra set of horns. You got the purple horns and the gold horns. Most of them can't even touch where their mouth should be on their face with them because they don't have enough articulation in the arms. So yeah, I'm gonna say save your money on DK 70, 71, and 72 unless you just really gotta have these horns. If you really gotta have these horns, I say give it 6 months and they'll be on one of the 3D printing sites. But yeah, I'm disappointed in it. It didn't add anything. There was a little bit of kibble fill on Scrapper. Yeah, you get 1/8 of an inch on the arms on Scavenger. And you get wheels that move from one side to the other on Long Haul. And that's and a bigger bumper on Mixmaster. So yeah, save your money on this one. It's not worth it unless you just absolutely got to have the horns.
And then that was a Murder Prime moment for Mr. Magnus.
You tend to focus on what's in a kid, not how the kid is. So I wasn't expecting that as the conclusion, but I guess it makes sense.
We now return.
Whoops. And,
Or as Mr. Magnus was realizing last week, wait until there's like a really cheap Teemu version.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's like
If you missed last week because of everything else that was going on,
Oh gosh.
you really need to go to Teletran 2 and watch us tear Teemu apart.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that was something.
we're gonna advertise. I was busy. That's why I wasn't there. I gotta
Well,
go back and look because now I'm curious.
I got a Feral Rex, which is the purple evil. Gosh, what are those?
Predacons.
Predacons.
Yeah.
And the picture that they had was the Feral Rex, the masterpiece size Feral Rex. This thing came in, combined, it wouldn't be this tall, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
It was like something you would get at the dollar store. It was absolutely awful.
It's funny because them microizing it wouldn't necessarily be bad, but if the quality was also bad.
Oh no, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But I had never opened Temu on my computer. It was always the app on my phone. And so I opened it up so I could show them what the ad showed, which it showed the Feral Rex in the ad. And then this is what got delivered. Well, there was this thing on there that said sale items, which is not in the app. And I was like, My God, if it's on Temu and it's on sale, what is it? Just put in your name and get it for free? And we found some shit on there.
And by shit, we mean things you should not get off of Temu.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Do
your
it at home
braces for your
acupuncture.
teeth.
Yeah, do it home
Things-
acupuncture kit.
Yeah, just all
Whoa.
sorts of things you shouldn't
Braces. Eye coloring dye. That was one of the ones that I found after we closed for the night.
What?
be buying. Wow.
Wait, say that again?
Eye coloring dye.
Ooh, no,
It,
no,
it
no,
dyes
no.
the whites of your eyes.
No, 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 no,
Temp-
no.
No.
Temporarily.
Bullshit.
Temporarily.
Yeah, permanent.
And
eye
just for
damage.
those of you who don't know, one of the
Ooh,
quickest way to
Cosmos.
absorb anything into your body is through your eyes.
Magnus, I don't want the Temu.
It traumatizes me.
And Impactor saying, Magnus, I will do anything
Oh yeah,
for those
Impactor
purple
was in
trumpets,
the
please."
chat.
Yeah. And he's saying, tell me what I have to do to
Tell
get those
you what
purple
you have to do. You have to be a good boy. Santa Claus might be good to you.
That's it. You got a few months to wait.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not shout. I'm telling you why. Megatron's coming to destroy your planet.
Oh, I got a prompt for you next time. Now that you said that I'm gonna write down.
All right, we're gonna save that one for next week's stream.
I'm just let me
Oh,
just gonna put it in my
honestly,
scratch pad.
Yeah. I was noticing as everyone was talking earlier what you had playing in the background with Optimus Prime. And I want to give myself a little bit of an improv challenge on next week's segment of Bad Comedy.
Ooh, okay.
I want you to pick random video scenes of Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream. And I'm going to voice what they're saying as best as I can. But it won't be what they're saying, of course.
Right. Well, those are the best. Those are the best.
Because there was a part in the back where you was looking at, it's like, yeah, I got a big body. I'm going to shoot this guy. Oh, yeah, I'm going to shoot this son of a bitch. Die, you Decepticon. Ah, yeah. Then there was another part where it's like, oh, shit, I got a headache. Bumblebee, get the fuck away from me. I got a headache. It's splitting. Someone get me a Cybertronian migraine antidepressant. Oh, my goodness. You know, something like that. I'm going to break this fucking plane. I got a headache.
It's just too easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the U.S. version of Armada did an Energon. They used what David K. and the what's the guy was it David Clark, the guy who did the name of the guy who did Optimus Primal? So those would be voices you'd be familiar with, I assume.
Gary Chalk.
Yeah, Gary Chalk.
Fucking names.
But I think they flip roles. So in the Energon, what's it? Unicron trilogy. The one who played the villain in Beast Wars played the good guy, if I remember. Played Optimus, and the one who played
David K. Yeah.
They changed roles basically. Between from Beast Wars to Unicron trilogy.
Shows David K's versatility that he was able
That
to
is
do
much
Optimus and
versatility.
Megatron in different shows.
It is some funny scenes I could find. Oh shit!
Impactor
What
has
did I
one, but you know
do?
what? We're gonna save that for next week's stream because it is 10 p.m. our time, so it is time to round out our Teletran 2 segment. But we're gonna put it in all the different Facebook groups and everything to grab some more comments and ideas for voiceovers for next week's stream as we have our bad comedy segment and for sure we'll have a couple CBR articles because there's been a few bouncing around not as bad, but there's always going to be one that will just completely tear apart. So I always thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Sunday night, and thank everyone in the comments for hanging out with us Sunday night. And
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll be home to drink your plasma. You might not want to open your doors.
well, on that note, we're gonna round up Teletran 2 and say to all are one.
Till all are what?
Till all are one.
Okay, what
We now return you to the Children of Primus.